get their puppet. I'm pretty sure I just need their capital. Which we're almost there, and we're winning every battle so far. Except for the ones where we didn't actually fight them, and before the bulk of our armed forces arrived in the region. And Uguria, I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, they've been annexed. And no, that's not how I want you to do it, Russian army. That's going to take us through 2 victory points. Handy indeed. But how's our industry coming along? Let's see. Parliamentary scandal. Suspect activities related to a prominent figure in the government. And he's resigned and all. To dissent. God damn it. I hate events like that are literally just, you get more dissent. They are quite thoroughly a pain in the ass to deal with. And I'd rather not deal with them whenever possible. Still occasionally losing some territory to these idiots who are proceeding to be a pain in my ass. This kind of having to deal with this kind of thing is why I wanted to wait to fight Mongolia until all my divisions were on their border. But we weren't given that option, unfortunately. Which is quite annoying. Now, we will go for 1934 heavy cruisers. Not that I'm likely to make use of any form of navy in the immediate future, because it's going to take quite a bit of time and industrial capacity invested for Russia's navy to be worth a damn. And we don't really have that kind of time available right now. So it's going to be quite a while. Probably the second Weltkrieg. The second Weltkrieg will be over before Russia is going to have access to a decent navy. Over and then some, I might add. Victory again. Basic computing machine, yay. Basic decryption. We need that. We really do. I'd rather not be attacking 5 divisions and then discover it's actually 30 divisions. That would tend to screw with a lot of my planning. And even though my planning is eventually going to get screwed with, I want to decide when it gets screwed with. Let's see. What does this require? Light tank 39. Well, we're going with tank destroyer 1940. We have a blueprint for it, so going about just over a year ahead of time is something I'm going to justify in the case of we have a blueprint, as that speeds up research times enough to justify it in most cases. There we are, punching into Mongolian territory some more. And over here, about to occupy their capital. What? No, you do that, fools. You can attack there. As that will mean that very soon we're hitting them from two sides. And the Mongolian capital is ours now. What was this from New England? Help the survivors in a hurricane. Pacific States of America. They're at war with the CSA, so it looks to be the case that America will be united under communist rule soon. I very much hope not, but that's looking to be the case. Which is going to be very annoying, to put it lightly. Urga has fallen. We have finally seized control of the Mongolian capital. How shall we deal with these barbarians? And I could say let the Mongols join us on our terms, which, if I remember correctly, actually triggers an event that will make them our puppet. But with the fact that they still have land scattered around like this that I haven't taken yet, and given the fact that Mongolia is literally on the verge of defeat with a tiny, tiny pocket of a country left, I don't think there's any need to puppet them. We shall make an example out of the Mongolians. Unconditional surrender is the only option we will accept. And indeed, I'm sorry, Mongolia, there won't be any peace of the kind you have in mind, but we will make you our bitch. We will. Victory somewhere, and you can take that, my friends over there, and we'll attack here. Take another victory point off the Mongolians. To see. And we're moving on the last few victory points. Basic light tank developed. Let's see here. Which one's that? I'm gonna wait on this, actually. Anti-tank artillery. Next. We've not done anything down that tech tree yet, and it may come in handy. Even if it doesn't, we're gonna do it. Okay, Laver Kornilov dies. Marshal Kornilov, one of the officers that led the white movement against the Bolsheviks during the Civil War, has passed away. He greatly contributed to post-war Russia's politics. 2 weeks of national mourning have been declared as the people prepare for the funeral ceremony. Memento Mori. And a leader is no longer available. Let's just check this real quick. Does not appear to be a leader on any of my armies that we have on the front lines right now. Which is the most important part, as far as I'm concerned. As we continue our push into the Mongolian heartland, the Tsar is dead. His Royal Highness Kirill II Romanov, Tsar of all the Russias, has died less than 2 years after the Restoration. Thankfully, the line of succession is clear. His young son Vladimir shall be crowned as the new Tsar. Long live the Tsar, raised high by the will of the people. Yes, indeed. Long live the Tsar, who will hopefully not be a tyrannical dictatorial asshat this time around. And I'll strategically redeploy this particular army over here. More and more victories. Things are going very well for us. Very well indeed. What's this province that was lost? Oh, up there. Oh, when these couple of divisions arrive, we'll slice them to bits. Because up there, and over in eastern Siberia, is quite literally the only place it's possible for the Mongolians to make any military progress in this campaign. Okay. Now attack. And smush them, please. That is your mission, to smush them. And for that and that. Yeah, they have 3 victory points left now. So once we take those victory points, we'll annex Mongolia. Multi-role fighter, 1938. And an army under attack. Not going to do much, I'm afraid. Let's see. Escort fighter. Just for shits and giggles, and because we have a blueprint for it. And now we're basically winning everywhere. So this this campaign into Mongolia is going exceedingly well. And I'm sure right now, the new Tsar is just sitting back and laughing maniacally at how the idiotic Mongolian leader thought he had a snowball's chance in hell of defeating the mighty Russian army. We'll just sit back and laugh at him. And enjoy his incompetence for a while. Yes, indeed, that is what we shall do. And we will also research hospital stuff. Let's select the correct one, so I don't manage to screw that up or something. And start researching basic hospitals. Improve our attrition modifier a touch. But really, one has to look at this. Oh, our industrial okay, some of our industry we were building is finished. And what was that research that just finished? Early anti-tank. We can't do that yet. We're not quite there. I'm going to start researching naval doctrines. As for the time being, I don't expect we'll do much naval doctrine research, but we may do some yet. It looks like quite a while till we arrive there. So I'll send this other division, which is going to arrive January 20th. More industry is finished. And we will soon have divisions ready to go again. But yes, we'll go with that, and send them off to do that, because right now, Mongolia is finished. It's just a matter of finally closing the curtain on them. More industrial capacity, and we get some infrastructure and agriculture blueprints. Nice. But yeah, we're right now finishing up our battles with Mongolia. And at this point, it's basically just a skirmish. And I want everyone to look up at our industrial capacity. 180, 157 at wartime. And just contemplate this for a moment. When we started this campaign, we had 91 total. And now, our 180 IC, they're... Now, at the moment, we are basically on par with the Commune of France. And we're going to keep at it with the industry growth. And the civil war in Spain will be over quite soon, that's what it looks like, because the communists are on the back foot and the Carlists have been annexed. I'm quite surprised by this outcome, actually. Usually, the Spanish royal government, the monarchy, does not win that civil war. I've only seen it happen a handful of times. That the Spanish government, the government that actually starts in charge of Spain, I mean, I've only seen them win the civil war a few times. Now, what's this about an embargo on Iceland? The people take the government. Oh. Is this what I think it is? It is indeed. Iceland, rather, has become totalist. They have embraced communism. And we will very soon be seeing the fall of said government. Let's see, subsidiary carrier role, naval doctrine. We'll go for that next. But we're basically going to be winning this war through the total occupation of Mongolia. Iron Guard Romania declared war on Bulgaria over a territorial dispute. As if you ever look down in the event log here, Serbia, let's see here, Iron Guard Romania went with send the army in the question of Dobrunza, which I'm definitely mispronouncing. And Iron Guard Romania declared war on Bulgaria. So Iron Guard Romania and Bulgaria had a territorial dispute down in their border region. And as a result, the Romanians have gone to war to solve that dispute through the use of sharp, pointy sticks. And bullets. Also bullets. Motherland Mass. The church is busy telling us how awesome we are. I do appreciate that. We can't annex them yet because they hold this place, which is a victory point. So just hold on, everyone. We'll annex them soon. And lots of communist uprisings in South America. Just what we don't need. The South African Federation has rejoined the Entente. And now it's time to annex Mongolia. Good night, Mongolia. We won't miss you. Now let's save. Strategically redeploy a few people over onto the border with Transamur. And a few on the border with Manchuria. Or the Fentian Republic, as they're called. Though I'm hoping we don't need them on that particular border. Because I'm not all that confident in our ability to fight an effective war against the Japanese. Even though we could probably manage it, it would be a bit of a pain. Fourth Balkan War, the fate of Mongolia. The Russian Railroad. We have full control over the Trans-Siberian Railroad. The way to the east now lies open and Russian honor is restored. We lose a shit ton of national dissent and unlock a bunch of research teams. Excellent, indeed. And, I'm waiting to get my troops on the border there before we actually declare war. Integration of the White Ruthenia. Excellent. The territories of the former White Ruthenian states are fully absorbed into Mother Russia. Those are all national provinces now, and no more dissent. The Tuvan question. The Tuvan people are Turks that live next to the Mongols, and they have played an important function in Sternberg's empire. Now that Sternberg is out of the picture, the Tuvans are demanding freedom. Granting them this wish would greatly weaken the Mongols. Sorry, no. Tenatuva will be Russian once more. We're going to annex that territory. And I'm just waiting for my troops to finish redeploying over here. For anything else. And now we have quite a bit more industry. Because we have White Ruthenia too. Also on our side. I'm hoping to get Poland in the mix as well. Because my plan is this. Once we finish up in the east, what I'm going to do is send all my troops back over here and start planning for the invasion of Ukraine. Finland would be nice, but they're on the maybe if I get around to it eventually list. Basically. And I'm waiting on doing the thing with Transmor and Mongolia until we do this. Trans-Siberian Railroad retaken. We have retaken the Mongolian part of the Trans-Siberian Railroad and found some industries conducted during Baron What's-His-Face's rule. Unfortunately, part of the equipment in a few factories were destroyed by hardline nationalists as a last act of desperate defiance against Russia. We lose some industrial capacity there. Which, if you're wondering about that, that's basically something the mod authors did to basically nerf Russia. Because if you retake all their territories and stuff, your industry would shoot through the roof and you'd become quite strong. So that's a way to prevent Russia from being too overpowered. But the fate of Mongolia is now our decision. The rebellious state of Mongolia, finally crushed by the glorious Russian army, the time has come to decide its fate. Shall we reincorporate it once more into our motherland, or shall we preserve Mongolian independence under our supervision? Let's see here. We're going to integrate Mongolia. More territory, more industry. It's all good.